You are staring at a very old outlet, probably not 100 years old because we're in a garage and 100 years ago, garages didn't exist. But my old house is 99 years old and it is wired with knob and tube wiring. You can also see that line coming from there, going from there, and coming into the garage there. Now I owned this home for about 4 years, and when I bought the Tesla earlier this year, I was very excited, and I came home with my mobile charger. I plugged it in, and look at that. So you get the little red T of death there, which basically means it doesn't like the way this house was grounded. Now, I live in a very small town, and finding very good electricians is difficult. And instead of spending $5,000-$10,000 for a job that probably won't be well done, I had another solution. Enter this Oupes, I don't know how you say it, Mega 2. This thing has been sitting in my RV for the last 2 years in freezing temperatures and in blazing hot infernos. And look at this. I turn this thing on, 100%. Now, that's amazing. You're not supposed to even store it that way, and it still surprisingly works. Now, my idea was to take this mobile charger, because this has 20 amp outlets, right? And plug it in to this. Plug it in, turn on the AC. Now that's on. Let's check it out. It just clicked on Tesla. Yes, green. Nope, red again. Again, it does not like the ground in this thing. Now, no power station is grounded. Some of them do have outlets and little grounding stations. I think this might have it. I don't recall. I have to check around it. But there is a solution. Everything in here is grounded to itself. It's safe. So that's where this comes in. So you plug this in, and it gives the Tesla charger the illusion that this is now grounded. So let's go ahead and turn this back on. It just clicked on, boom. We have power, all green. Now let's test that out. So we're gonna pick this up. There we go. Oh, it's working. Plug it in. Let's go take a look at the screen. Start charging. Check that out. Is it charging? 24 plus hours remaining. It is charging. Now we come back over here and we hear this thing kicking on and we see what it's outputting. Now, you might be saying, Chris, that's all fine and dandy, but this thing is only going to go for an hour. Well, here's what we do. We take this. Let's take it and plug it in. So now we plugged it in. This thing can charge. Look at that. So now you have, it had to recalibrate itself, but 1,300 watts out, the 105 watts in. Now, what's happening is it's actually passing through. So it's actually pulling that and sending it through and filtering the electricity so it's nice and grounded and it goes into the Tesla while simultaneously pulling 107 watts for itself to go back into this and make sure this is topped up too. So it's charging both units. Amazing. Amazing. So if you have a very old home, this is the solution. Now, with that said, I would not take this and just stick it in that outlet. I would not create a false ground for my entire house, but I will do it for this unit, okay? I would rather this melt over something behind the walls melting and then we having a bigger issue. Yes, I know what you might be saying. This could mess up and catch on fire too. This actually has other mechanisms in it that will make it shut down in the event of overheating or whatever. Now, this is not my first time doing this. I did this 2 weeks ago and it was like 19 degrees outside. It got as low as 6 and I was concerned about that but it performed well. Now it's really nice outside. It's like 57, 58, so this will be tip top. It has Wi-Fi, and I'll show you guys that in a sec. We gotta turn it on here. There you go, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, so we can sit in the house and monitor it, make sure everything is good. I have windows, so if I see some amber glowing, I know to call the fire department. All right, can I see now? It's at 100, so it stopped charging itself, and it's just passing through right onto the car. So there you have it. Now, if you're interested in the Oupes, I'll leave a link to it, but you can get any power station. I recommend one with 2,000 watt hours. I think that's the best bang for the buck, and this is from Southwire. I'll leave a link to that. Got that from Amazon. Anyway, just wanted to show you guys that. That's how I charge my Tesla at my super old house that has bad wiring. Get you a power station, a quality one, to play the intermediary there, and it'll basically ground it in the middle, and there you go. Here's something you don't see every day. You hear that? I never drive this thing. Anyway, just in case you thought I was all about the EVs, you're wrong. You're wrong. W12.